That out. How's it going, guys? What's up? What's up? Here we are once again at the GunterMan show. We only know what we know. This is right. That's right. This is your opportunity to join me live with my special guests to hear from them about the things that are going on regarding life, love, relationships. God, even this election stuff. Oh my goodness. What a crazy 5 days have we had. This is really, really different. I gotta tell you, this is definitely different, these times that we're living in. And I have to tell you that I had to grab my mind a whole bunch of times this week. I really had to grab my mind and stop and think about that we're really in a spiritual battle. You're looking at fractures in relationships. Need to be acquaintances, need to be family members, need to be close friends. People are of different political beliefs. And you're on social media and you're reading these posts that just kind of like rubs you the wrong way in so many ugly ways. You're looking at the person that you might have known or spent time with or done things with, and you're seeing them post a certain perspective, and it's hard to wrap your mind around it that they're holding fast to something that they believe in. For people of color, so often, not all of us, but so often we're thinking about, this whole situation with racism, and how ugly the world has turned, or how maybe not ugly it has turned, but how freely it's becoming normal to be and to do things that are racist. And it's like a liberty on oppression. So it's hard to grab your mind and see other people that are now voting for that person, and you saying, well, how can you support someone that's racist? And you got to remember that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. We are in a spiritual battle. And if the adversary can divide us, that's what he's going to do by any means necessary. So whether you agree with your acquaintance, your friends, or family members that voted another way, remember that they're human, that you're human. And if the adversary is here to divide you, don't give him that opportunity. Figure out ways to talk, to share your thoughts, because that's what we're here. That's what this whole GunterMan show is all about. Gaining new perspectives on situations that kind of rub you the wrong way or you don't fully understand. Need to be people, need to be the way you see yourself. These things have caused fractures in relationships, and you gotta fight to organize your mind and your thinking in your heart that your way of thinking is not the only way a situation can be thought about. The things that you believe in, the things that you're positive about, things that you have cleared, or the things that you have experienced doesn't define the standard for everyone else in the world. So you gotta, during these hard times, you gotta grab your mind and say, maybe I can just start a conversation and get a better perspective from the other side. And find that through conversation, they might ask you, how do you see things? And you'll come to some understanding, because in my head, everyone that voted for the other side can't be simply a racist. It just can't be. That can't be the answer. So they got to be holding on to some element, some aspect that's important to them. And they're ignoring all the other stuff because their objective is to get the things that they believe in. And you have Christians and people that believe in higher power on both sides. And you're watching posts about praying for this and praying for that. But the catch is, what does it come down to? Stopping the adversary from winning. That's our goal. And if he can cause fractures, that means we are no longer communicating. We're no longer praying for each other. We're no longer fighting for each other. We're no longer showing up for each other. And we don't want that to happen. We don't, at least I don't. I definitely don't want that to happen. So whether someone is of a different faith or a different political belief system, my goal is to bring people together, to give a greater understanding to the world that's around you. You know, there's a saying, there's a saying by Albert Einstein. It's like tell me how friendly the universe is. Because your answer to that question, that question is clearly going to shape the way your life plays out. If you see and you focus on nothing but the negatives, I'm sorry, negatives can only reap negatives. Now you might say, well, I think about the negatives, so I'm preparing myself to handle the negatives, but I'm going to be believing positive. You know, preparation to understand what could go wrong and set myself up for success is one thing. But if your main focus, if your knee-jerk response was what could go wrong and I expect it to go wrong, it's a part of your belief system that's going to affect your life in so many ways. It's going to shape the way you react and respond or deal with people and deal with situations. So here's your opportunity for moments like this, where once for 1 hour we go live and we get to talk about different aspects of loving yourself, how to reconnect, how relationships will really play out, like what are the different ways of love, you know, and the person that I have on tonight is a power pack woman. We are talking tonight with the founder of CaribbeanPOSH magazine. She has not only a digital magazine, she also does Caribbean Posh Girl Brunches. She also does Caribbean Posh Talk. She is all about empowering like the lifestyle of Caribbean women across the world. Need it be business, need it be fashion, need it be beauty, health, or fitness. She has found a niche that is so dynamic that she is getting women to work together because she believes as part of the business is that we are better together. We are better together. Well, guys, let me bring to you on screen with me, Janette Brin, the founder of CaribbeanPOSH. Guys, Janette, come on, chime in, send me a request. Let me bring you on screen so you can talk to these people about the things that move you, things that have impacted you over this week or over your career. Send me a request and we can go from there. Now, also, if I can organize it, if we don't talk too much, I would also like you, the viewers, afterwards to jump in and share your thoughts, your passions, your likes, the things that you have learned, the things that you might have dealt with, but all on a positive note. We're talking about positivity here. You know, keep in mind that I'm also available to do private sessions with you guys. So if you're ever going through a rough patch, you know you can always reach out to me, call and touch base with me. And we can kind of go through the things that you're going through, because two are better than one. Allow someone to give you their perspective, because it might set you free in situations that are holding you back. So here she comes. Let's get her in. Let's send her a request. Let's get her in. Waiting for her to join in. All the way from the Virgin Islands. What is going on? You look fantastic.
Oh, stop it.
I have to say, oh my goodness. Like when I thought about asking you to come online and share your thoughts. You got to understand, for so many years, I've been watching your business grow. You know, like you're out there doing it, but you have people out there watching you and being inspired by you, being moved by you. Like I want to be her. I want to do that, because
Oh,
you got to understand, you're on an island filled with women, you know, representing women from across the world. Not only the American side, you know, the U.S. Virgin Islands, but also British Virgin Islands. And you have women that you're getting their minds and their passions and their businesses. Because that's the powerful thing. You're talking about powerful women, not just everyday, ordinary women. You got power-packed movers and shakers, owners of multi-million-dollar businesses that are just branching. I mean, there's a plethora of women, and they are fully empowered. Like, I am a strong believer. Surround yourself with people that are doing the things that you would like to be doing, so they can help to shape and push you and pull you in the direction that will allow you to see things in a huger, bigger, more dynamic way. And for me, you have done that for me.
thank
You
you.
are that amazing to me. Well,
You're so
guys,
sweet.
well, you know, let me hand the microphone over to you, so at least you could tell everyone a little bit about Caribbean Posh, and then we'll get into the
Yeah.
relationship talk. So the floor is yours.
Well, let me just say, I love you. I miss you. Thank you so much for all your positive energy, everything that you are. You know, I'm always appreciative, so give thanks for that. Um, yeah, so my name is Janette Brin for everyone here in IG World on Soapbox with GunterMan. I am Janette Brin, the founder of a lifestyle brand known as CaribbeanPOSH, and really it's a movement that came to me for quite a long time ago now. Not to tell my age, but you could see my grades today. I'm showing off my grades right now. It's a movement that just came to me because I felt the need to really connect with other women like myself. You know, in the world today, we know we're familiar with a number of different movements that are all aimed at one. Well, a common goal is to bring people together, and I felt the need, obviously, to do so in my own community. You know, I love it. It moves me every time I'm involved in the activities that I pull together. Sometimes I can't believe was that my idea? Did I do that? You know, kind of thing. Like, I guess the perfect example is every time we host our annual Posh Girl Power Brunch, and you come into the room and you see these amazing women, and you have people like Yvette Noel Shore, you know, coming into the room and just sharing a whole bag load of positive energy, sharing their highs and lows, and just any little thing that somebody might need to make a difference in their life. Just the little things that we sometimes take for granted in this big, crazy place that we call world. So, you know, one of the things that I wanted to share is a quote that I think a lot of people would be familiar with, and that's, "You must be the change you wish to see in the world," by Gandhi. And I mean, that quote always rings true in just about everything, especially in today's world. I know you started out earlier talking about the elections. Even here, I'm in the Caribbean. I'm in the British Virgin Islands right now, and it's the topic of discussion all day, every day. We're checking in on the news channels to see what is now happening in America. What craziness has Donald Trump done? No offense to you, Trump supporters. God bless you. We need you too. But it impacts us. So, you know, these are the things that are affecting us. And if you want to be a part of change, you have to find some little way to get involved. So for me, Thank you, one Lolly M. Yes. That's your favorite quote too, yes. A very simple but very powerful quote. When we get up every day and we're seeing the things happening around us, you're seeing the negativity in the news. For me, if we reference the elections, I'm here in the Caribbean and I'm watching these things unfold, and it seems to me, the impression I get anyway, is like the world is going backwards. You have America, a world power, just going backwards. I'm reminded of the stories of Hitler. I'm reminded of the stories that we learn in history class, that world powers came together and they swore that they would never, ever have another world war, and they went to great lengths to stop people like Hitler. Even America in modern times as a world power went to great lengths to stop people like Saddam Hussein and the other crazy person, I forget his name now. And we're seeing somebody like Donald Trump not wanting to accept, democracy, wanting to control, wanting to have full power of something, and you have previous leaders in the Republican Party coming out and, like every grown man, congratulations to the winner, Why can't we do that? And where am I going with this? For me, as a Caribbean woman in the British Virgin Islands, when you see stuff like that happening in the world, it has an impact. This is why we're all going through these lockdowns and having to take multiple COVID tests because of one person's lack of foresight, to act swiftly because they didn't understand the decision that they make today doesn't just affect him or her or the people in the room or the people in America. It affects everyone in the world, especially on this side of the globe. Here in the Caribbean, everything that happens in America affects us too.
Correct.
I'm in the Caribbean and we spend US dollars. So these are the things that, they're big things happening and they impact our everyday lives is the whole long and short of it. I needed to get that off my chest too.
Well, that's good. That's good. You hit a few things that really stands out to me. One is, that idea of being the change. What does that mean practically? What does being the change actually mean to you? How do you activate that? What are you doing to activate that?
Right. So for me, I activate it through my movement. When you hear CaribbeanPOSH, when you hear that we're hosting Posh Girl Power Brunch, although the word posh is stylish and fun, and it's, amazing, beautiful women coming together in fellowship. It's being about a change. It's being about, let's stop hating on each other instead of me staying over here and you staying over there like, who she thinks she is, she this, she that, and da 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 da, or anything that's negative. We're coming together. You're invited. We're coming together to share our thoughts, share our dreams, share our talents. And through that, a big thing that I try to encourage is a popular word I think we all hear all the time, but don't always practice, which is collaboration. When we come to our event, my event, we really try to encourage ways to collaborate any little way that you can, and because through collaboration, you're able to not only learn, but you're also able to really show appreciation for somebody else's talent. So that's always a joy. And through the movement as well, especially being in the Caribbean, things are not, where things aren't as advanced as it is in the States. You
Right.
know, things are a little slow. I mean, not super slow, but if you lived in America for a while, then you come to the islands, it's like, it's a little slow. Um, so you just want to, and I lost my train of thought, but basically, you just want to be a part of something that's encouraging positivity amongst people. So for
Right.
me, that's what I do to try to be a part of, you know, that change that I would like to see in the world.
Well, that's beautiful. So often when we think about change or being the change, what comes to mind for me is the idea of not only starting something to affect the world around you, but
Mm-hmm.
also sometimes that means stopping something. Sometimes that means no longer doing something.
Oh yeah. Oh
You
yeah.
know, so yes, be the change, but it all starts first, like, it's really you. Because I teach, as I do private sessions with people, I teach people over and over again that so often the things that they're battling with, the answers are really already inside you.
Mm-hmm.
You have been equipped to dominate, to be victorious, to win in
Mm-hmm.
situations. It's in your DNA. So the question is, what is hindering you? What is stopping you? And so often we get wrapped up in our own thinking that our way of thinking is the only way available.
Mm-hmm.
And as you grow, as you interact with other people, you find new dynamic ways of thinking. And we're always in a state of change, meaning that, you know, when we say, oh, that person won't change or this situation won't change, it's really hardly ever changed because change is a constant. The question is, the person is rebelling against the change that is taking place. And that's where they butt heads. When, like, say, in a relationship, you're butting heads because there's natural change that is taking place. So the question I ask myself is not only simply, what can I start doing to make the world a better place, or my situation a better place, or the people that surround me in a better place, but I'm also asking myself, what do I need to lay aside? What do
Mm-hmm.
I need to put down? And for myself for this week was remembering that the people on the other side are human too.
Yeah.
Understanding that there is some element and some aspect that they're holding fast to and that they believe in, and they believe to fight for it. They believe to pray for it. And through division, it's not going to bring me any closer to the world becoming this better place. No, we don't want that. It's conversations. It's pushing to have a conversation with someone that believes differently than you, and
Mm-hmm.
having a conversation and forcing them as well as you to verbalize what you actually believe. And where does that come from? Where does it come from? Where do you get these ideas? Where do you get that belief? Like, this whole talk about fraud. Everyone's talking about the voter fraud this, voter fraud that. And I'm not one to watch the news, but I want to see what have they discovered about fraud? Is it just a statement that was being made and being believed, or has there been actual proof of this
Mm-hmm.
thing?
Mm-hmm.
So so here they are, individuals saying it's all Biden took it by fraud, and I'm like, okay, so where did it happen? Where did the fraud occur? Silence,
Mm-hmm.
silence, because it's just a thing being said without being backed.
Yeah,
Now,
it's a thing that's being said, and they know what they're doing when they say it, because sometimes when you say something enough times, you start to believe it's true.
well, of course, especially when you're looking at someone who is the president of the United States, someone you have to believe that he is
Yeah.
someone of authority, meaning that someone that he has access to all the means necessary to know what is true. So,
Mm-hmm.
so doesn't it blow your mind when there's a lie after lie after lie after lie being said? How do you believe this authority? How do you stand with this authority? But that's my personal opinion. There are other people who says, he's moving the country in the right direction. So my mindset is, how do I develop and understand their side of things? How do I understand their side of things? So I have to lay aside my, like, oh my God, that rigid thinking that he's a racist. And the same thing we have to do sometimes when it comes to relationships. When it comes to loving someone, it's not simply based on what you think love is. It's figuring out what love is and how it's defined by the other person. Being able to serve up your ideas, your thoughts, your concepts, your concerns, your likes, your dislikes in a way that the other person can receive them and hopefully do something with the information you gave them. So this is the power struggle. Like, dealing with the women of power that you deal with, how do you find them being when it comes to relationships? Since they are so, they're people of powerful positions, do you find that they're dealing with relationships, marriages, boyfriend, girlfriend situations in a more dynamic way, meaning that they're more open to being open to, like, seeing things in a new light, or they're also rigid because they succeeded? Talk to me a little bit about that.
I think everybody's different. The women that I've been blessed to be around, most of them tend to be very well grounded in who they are and their spirituality, where they seem to have relationships that are very open to positive conversations, where people can be really real with each other. You know, someone like Yvette Knowles Shore, you know, her husband has been her one and only love her whole life. She is so blessed. I want to be like her when I grow up, because not too many people are blessed enough to have one love be their only love for the rest of their life. And she has that story, and it's so beautiful. But from what I see with her and her husband, and, you know, I don't want to really speak to her, but speak for her, but from what I have seen of them, you know, it's a very, you know, well-grounded relationship. And a number of women that I've been fortunate to be around seem to be the same way. Not to say that there aren't women that, you know, are so focused on career that they don't have time for anything else. When it comes to me, myself, and I'm currently divorced, but I am a believer in love, and love is for me.
Yes. Yes. Just in case. Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I think that as I matured in life, I've come to come to terms with the unfortunates that happen in real life. You know, I was married and I got divorced. That was not good. That's not what I wanted, but that became the reality. And I think that I want to believe, blessed enough to have the strength and the courage to make the best of the situation, where me and my ex-husband, we're good friends. We get along very well. He's always there for me and I'm always there for him. And we go out of our way, especially when our son was young, go out of our way to, you know, make sure that he understood that despite of our adult decisions, that the love for him was first and foremost, no matter what.
Right.
You know, and I think it takes a lot of strength and courage, a big heart to really get past any negativity that's happening in your life, so that you could stay fast on the positive. Because while there's negative in life, there's always a positive end to things, and you just have to hold on to that. And once you make it a point, make a choice, the choice to stay focused on that light, you know, whether it's personal life or career, you're going to find a way to get through.
So now tell me this. If you didn't fail in marriage, would you have this Caribbean Posh magazine being so dynamic? Because it's a part of you. It's a part of you. Like, before you answer it, I can answer it for myself. If I didn't go through what I went through regarding relationships, I wouldn't be so well equipped to deal and to help people from across the globe. My traveling has helped me shape my mind to be open to new ideas and new concepts and way of being. But it's also me going through my divorce that made me dig in deep and find
Mhm.
out, like, why the heck was I failing in this? Why the heck am I no good at this? It made no
Mhm.
sense to me. I'm super successful in business. I have a real lively, high energy personality. So I'm touching lives all over the world. So how am I now going to fail in that department? And it pushed me. It pushed me to dig, dig, dig until I somehow found myself really good at understanding people from all different walks of lives, from all so many different dynamics. And I'm still growing, but I have a really, really unique perspective and take on things because I failed and I made that extra effort to ask myself the hard questions. Why do I do the things that I do? Why do I feel the way do I feel? Why do I think the way that I think? And because of that dig, because of that search, because of that hunger to succeed, Soapbox Stand Up and Speak now
Mhm.
stands. Now stands. And it is impacting lives. It is touching and reaching and pulling people closer together. It is rejoining families, one relationship at a time, because I'm taking the time out to say, hey, talk to me. What's going on? Give me the truth. So would you say the same thing has now occurred to you with your
Yes.
business? That talk to me.
Yeah, I would agree that if I had not gone through any failure in life, I would not have seen or even appreciated the successes that I've had in life.
Excellent.
And I think that, for me personally, I'm blessed to have the mother that I have. I'm
Woo!
blessed to have
Yes.
the sister that I have. I'm blessed to have the son that I have. Because these individuals impact me all the time, every day, with every breath that I take. I can't go through a day without talking to my mother. The lessons that she has shared with me, through her own life struggles,
Yep.
and simply
Another
always
powerful woman.
reminding me
Another
that
powerful woman.
yes, that she always tells me of a story when I was little that, I told her that I wanted to be just like her, and she said to me, no, I want you to be better than me. So that simple thing is so hugely important for any parent, because now as a mother, that's my fuel, that's my strength now. That's why I will go above and beyond to make sure that my son has, a better life than I could ever imagine for myself,
Well, I can
I
tell
even
you.
sat and had this conversation with my son the other day, because he's a thinker as well, where he will just reflect on things happening, and I think it's a process of trying to prepare for future. What will life be without my mom, is what he's thinking, and I think about that. What will life be without my mom, or without my grandfather who passed? Without all these powerful
Yes.
people who I love so much, and all of us as human beings have to go through this very harsh reality that these people that we love won't be with us anymore. But what we want is for them, when they leave, that they don't leave with any worry or concern that we won't be okay.
Well,
You
you're
know?
definitely leaving your mark. I can tell you that much. You are absolutely leaving a mark.
Yeah.
Um, the way you love, the way you do, the way you share, even in your video presentations, I can feel there is so much there's so much of you and your energy that comes through. Even when you shoot your commercials, I can feel it. I can feel the things you talk about. And here's the thing. What's even more impressive is how other people speak to you and speak about you.
Ah.
I watch people shoot videos, selfies. Here I am backstage at Caribbean Posh Talk, blah, 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 and da, holding up their camera and they're shooting and talk because they know what you bring to the table. They know how you have impacted the lives of so many women. so many people, because women are mothers of sons and daughters. And
Mm-hmm.
if you get them moving in a more positive direction, a more positive energy, you better believe that's trickling down to the kids. You better
Mm-hmm.
believe that's going to find its way into so many different areas of life, love, and living for a family. For a family. So your life is affecting generations to come. You by yourself, you're affecting generations to come because you're giving a better mindset and a more powerful perspective of togetherness to the women, to the Caribbean women around the world.
Well, you know, the funny thing is, something perhaps we take for granted. The real truth of the matter is, in this big world, we are all brothers and sisters.
Well, absolutely. I agree.
Whether we white, black, purple, orange,
That's
fat,
it.
skinny, and in between, we're
Yep.
all brothers and sisters, and we're all going the same place.
Yep. Yep.
Well,
Yep.
we hope we are going the same place.
Well, yes, yes, but that's also a good point. But
We have
from
a choice. The power of God gave us the free will to choose whether to do good or to do bad. So you have a
yes,
choice to make up your mind what you're going to be in this world, you know. So,
yes,
and so to choose to be there for your brothers and sisters and spread positivity so that we can all grow towards heaven, that's a beautiful thing.
yeah,
Some
that's
of us will
absolutely.
fall behind, but we'll love them still the same.
Well, yeah, but that's because it should be all about love. It's not loving yourself in a space, in a place where you're now causing harm for yourself. So if someone is of that nature, yes, distance yourself from that, keep yourself protected,
Yeah.
but let them see your love from afar if need be, if it's
I
still
pray for them.
safe.
I pray
That's
for them.
right. And that's what
Yes.
it all comes down to, praying
As
for people.
yeah, as a parent, you know, you teach your children to surround yourself with heroes. If you want to be a hero, surround yourself with heroes. If you want to be a loser, surround yourself with losers.
Yes, yes.
But when I lay my head at night and I pray, I still pray for the people going down the wrong path or the people who can't seem to figure it out.
yes. Yes, and here's what my prayer. My prayer is not to say that I'm always right. Not to say that I'm always right, but I know my heart for God. And if I see them traveling down a path that's not showing God's love, I got to pray for them. I have to take the time out to say, "Hey, God, lead them in a way that brings you more light, more love, and that allows the world around them to move towards your goodness, not away from your goodness." I see your sister. Oh, guys,
Hey,
just in case,
Lynn.
just so you know, she's a twin. There's two of
Yeah.
them. Lynette, she's there. She's there. She's online. She's online saying, "What's up?"
Yes. And I
Yes,
see my
sister.
good friend Julius over there in St. Thomas, Chef Julius.
I love it. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Matter of fact, since you're talking about your friends, let people know where to find you so they can become your friends also.
Oh, definitely. Become my friend. Follow me on Caribbean Posh. We're on just about every platform. And well, at the very least, join us virtually for the next brunch. I'm planning for next year.
Next May, still shooting for the
Yes,
same May.
the end of May. So yes, I want to invite y'all, but it will have to be virtual until we get this COVID thing under control. Here in the BVI, we're opening our borders on December 1. But you know, as pretty much everywhere, you're subject to a quarantine. So not unless you want to spend a good week or two in the Virgin Islands, you're welcome to come for my event.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, you're gonna be there for a
You can
while.
work from down here.
Oh my goodness. So let's put it to the viewers, those who are out there. Does anyone have any questions or thoughts or concepts that they want to share, that they want to get on screen with us? Send me a request. I'll hit the request button and let you pop on screen, Janet's gonna still be here. She's still gonna be here listening. Is there anyone that wants, even one of your followers, one of your friends, want to hop in and share your thoughts about life, love, relationships, dealing with moving forward, as well as even reconnecting with people? Anyone out there wants to even share on stuff that we talked about today? Mm-hmm. Anyone out there? We're waiting for that little request to come on in and see if it's available. But yeah, it's, of course, as I keep talking, if you want to say a few words, because we got 15 minutes, you could come on in and share your thoughts. But
Yes.
I'm reminded of the human element to people. I'm reminded that there is so much out there in the world that we have no clue about. Mm-hmm. How can we be so set in our ways? How can we believe that our way of doing things is the only way?
Well, I was looking at the words you use on your flyer. It said, we only know what we know. That's we choose to only know what we know.
Well, yeah.
The way I looked at it. Because one lesson I learned years ago in, I think it was a philosophy class, the importance of trying to understand other people's worldview. We get short-sighted when we could only see and believe what's right in front of us, instead of opening ourselves to understand other people's point of view. You don't have to agree with it, but to respect each other and have an understanding or appreciation of where they are coming from. That's how we get to the meeting of the minds. That's why we could have people like Bush congratulating Biden. We could have Bush actually being friends with Obama. Two different parties, but they respect each other and get along like human beings and be responsible examples for the rest of the world in the positions that they're in. So I think that's an important lesson for us to, try to respect and open ourselves up to understand and appreciate other person's worldview.
Well, the full quote goes like this. We only know what we know, and what we know isn't everything there is to know. That's the whole quote. It's actually, I have now wristbands with the quote on it. So if you ever, so if you want that quote, it's available. But the catch with it is that when you look at the odds, compared to what we know, see, we know what we know, and then we have an idea of the things that we know that we don't know. Mm-hmm. Like I can think about things that I know that I don't know.
Right.
But outside of the things that I know that I don't know, there's a world of information that exists that I have no clue about. I have no clue about it. So if you're looking at it, if you're looking at the world as you break the world into quarters, I only know one fourth. There is 2/3 of information out there in the world that I am not fully familiar with. So I have to stay open.
Yeah.
I have to stay open and continue to initiate conversations so I can discover. Right. See, one of the most wonderful things about falling in love with someone is that person is going to introduce you to a part of the world that you have no clue even exists.
And that's why when you fall in love, and that's some real good love, you feel like that person made you better because they opened you to a whole new world of positive energy. That's when you know that's good.
Yes.
But I want to answer one Lolly M. What advice would you give young women who want to make their mark on the world? What advice? The advice I would give is to love yourself first. As simple as that, yes. But also to remain open, keep yourself open, identify with what you're really passionate about and go after it. If you're passionate about fashion, you want to be a fashion designer, live, breathe, eat it, sleep and a bunch of clothes on a bed or something. I don't know, whatever you need to do to learn and really jump into your craft, to be the best of whatever it is you want to be. A lot of young people that I've worked with in the past, I always try to encourage them to don't wait till when you graduate from high school or you're into college to try to figure out what you want. From the time you're of age where you can think and you could tell you like vanilla ice cream versus chocolate, you could think well enough to know what I want to be in the world. And you need to make it your business as early as possible to develop who you want to be. You know, for my brunch, we encourage a lot of, you know, while women come to the brunch, we also have some young women, young girls, high school girls. I've gone to the high school and had young girls come and have the opportunity to network amongst, you know, successful women so that they could be in that environment and get a feel for, you know, what it's like. How should I carry myself? What are the things that I need to know? You know, if I want to be a fashion designer or if I want to be a marketing expert or engineer or whatever, how can I network and connect even at 16 with a successful woman who could be a good example for me? So if you're a young girl or you have a young daughter or know somebody in your family who's young and they're wasting too much time on video games or hanging at the mall,
Yes.
put a timetable on that. An hour of the mall, an hour of social media, and really focus on who do I want to be in the world when I am of age, when I'm 44. Because what the things that I do at 16 is going to have a big impact on that, especially in the world that we live in today. If you don't get on the bandwagon younger, it becomes harder. So that's basically what I would advise
That
for
is
young women.
so powerful because
Get
I
on
share
the
that with my nephews about those video games. But what I'm thinking about first, what triggered in me was the idea of if you start pursuing your passions at a young age, you're going to lose the habit of looking to other people to provide for you.
Right.
Looking for other people to do for you to achieve greater things. Now, there are no self-made millionaires. We always need other people to achieve great heights. But the question is, so often when we're wounded by situations in our past is based off of what someone has done to us and what we feel that someone has either denied us or brought to us that we didn't like. When you start at that young age, pursuing your own dreams, going after it, you know, developing the I can do mindset. The I can do mindset is so powerful because you understand what the I can do. There will be failures, but failures are a part of success. Failure to fail. If you get in the habit of failing, if I want to talk to a young kid, get in the habit of failing. Get in the habit of not being able to do something to the best of your ability and then keep on trying it. Keep on trying it. Pick yourself up and go again. Look for new angles because as you get older, you're going to get in that habit that so many of us will have, blaming other people for the situations why we are in what we are in. But if you can start at that young age to chip away.
Yeah, for anyone who gets in the habit of blaming other people for their setbacks or their difficulty in trying to achieve something, you haven't done what I like to call a self-SWOT analysis. I try to challenge myself to this every year. While people doing New Year's resolution, I doing my SWOT, recognizing my weaknesses. As a human being, I am not, although I might appear to be Superwoman doing multiple things, the reality is that I am not. So I need to know what my weaknesses are and know how I can turn them around, you know. or know who I need to network with to give me some power.
Right. You know, so often the answers that
Hey,
we,
April. Hey, Victor.
yeah, so often the answers that we seek can be found, but we get caught up in these distractions. You
Yes.
know, there's a saying that says where the adversary can't when the adversary can't defeat you, he'll distract you. When the adversary, if he can't defeat you, he's gonna fill you with distractions.
Like, well, my grandmother would say the devil is a busy man.
Oh, super busy, very busy. And I can still hear your grandmother saying that. Just so you guys know, she's my cousin. She's also my cousin. Yeah, so I figured I'll add that somewhere along the line. But guys, what do you think? What do you think of this sharing today? If you love what you heard tonight, give us a whole bunch of hearts. Give us a whole bunch of hearts. We have 5 more minutes. You can drop us with another question. For those of who follow Janette Brin, you guys can follow me also at Soapbox Stand Up and Speak, as well as All Access Rick. I am GunterMan from Soapbox Stand Up and Speak. Soapbox Stand Up and Speak is a business built off of relationships. Just how Janette talked about loving thyself first. It's built off of the concept of first your relationship that you have, if you believe in a higher power, is your relationship with God. Having that relationship with God first, loving God with your whole heart, soul, mind, and strength, and letting Him, His word, define how you are as a person, how you should be, how you should see yourself, what's available to you because Jesus Christ died for you, and that power pack. So when you're moving from a place and a space filled with love, built off of a higher power connection, which is not shaped on your experience, that's not shaped on what your parents might have told you. It is shaped on truth of who you really are, despite what you've been through, despite what you believe. When you focus on that, then you can now love thy neighbor as thyself. You're
Yeah.
going to bring the thyself of love, the love of yourself that has been defined and shaped by you and God's relationship to the world around you, your neighbors. So when situations ruffle your feathers, you know that they can't deny you. So you don't need to dig in and try to fight to get your power back. Because oftentimes when you argue, you're trying to get your power back, but you're already filled with power from on high. You cannot be denied. And if you can't be denied, what is a stumbling block? What is a disagreement? What is a hurt? An opportunity to learn someone else's perspectives, to another way to shape and to find out how are you operating. Because sometimes through arguments and disagreements, they're going to tell you how they saw you operating, and you might not be fully aware of it. So
Yes.
here's your chance. Here's your chance to have these opportunities to grow. I see you waving to all your friends. I want to say hi to you guys
Yes.
also. Yes, this is real good. I think this is fantastic. This is
Yes.
absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, I
Well,
want to take this opportunity to thank you once again. I always believe in giving thanks continuously. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I hope that something or anything that we shared tonight, because it was all just off the cuff, help somebody in some way. And I think
yeah.
that's what this was all about.
Yes, it has, and it will continue to have godly benefits. It will continue to impact people a lifetime over. I believe if you're a believer and you are speaking from a place of love, that love will continue to go because God is love. And that love will continue to go and grow and to teach and to allow other people to preach. Not
Yeah.
only to teach, but allow other people to preach. Thank you
Yes.
so much.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Guys, here we are. Another GunterMan show. We only know what we know with Janette Bridge of Caribbean Posh. Now remember, you reach out to her, hit up on
Yes.
social media, all social media platforms,
Everything is
Caribbean
Caribbean
Posh.
Posh, CaribbeanPOSH.com. Look out for information on next year's brunch 2021. And of course, definitely remember to stay safe. We're still in this COVID situation, so stay safe, be safe, and stay in love, light. and
I love it.
anything positive.
That's right. That's the walk of Ephesians, walking in light, walking in love, and walking wise, circumspectly, not as fool, but as wise. Guys,
Amen.
thank you so much for a wonderful night. God bless you. Love you. GunterMan out. Caribbean Posh, we in the house. What's up? Love you guys. See ya.
All right.
Peace.